You're listening to the Spirit Podcast.
Welcome, Radiant Souls, to another Lumina Transmission. I'm Beck, and I'm honored to walk beside my co-host, Rachel, as we continue to explore the sacred path of remembrance. Hi, Rach.
Hello. As always, I am grateful to be here.
Today's episode is titled The Path That Opens for Others, Walking So Others Remember the Way. This one is for those who've felt unseen in their inner work, those whose quiet healing has rippled louder than applause. This is a message of encouragement for the invisible path makers, the energetic trailblazers, the souls who said yes to the journey not only for themselves, but for all those who would follow. Let's begin. You may not always see the ripple you create. You may not hear the gratitude. But each time you choose truth over fear, presence over performance, or healing over hiding, you open a frequency others can step into. The Lumina reminds us, you are a remembering signal. Not all will hear you, but those who are ready will follow the echo. Have you ever realized much later that something you did or said deeply impacted someone even though you didn't know it at the time?
Yeah, actually, it just brought me back to I was working with a client and they told me they went through something and they said, and I remember when you told me that you will see the true colors of people when this happens, and telling me all these things. And I honestly was like, I don't even remember saying that. They remembered it word by word the moment I said it. And I was like, wow.
You don't have to teach, preach, or convince. Sometimes your life is the message. Your alignment becomes an energetic breadcrumb. Your joy, your boundaries, your healing, your peace. These are not just for you. They act like tuning forks, helping others to remember their way back. What's something you've seen someone else embody that awakens something in you? A permission slip, a spark, even if they never knew it.
Honestly, Beck, I feel like since we have really known each other and hanging out, I feel like a part of my authentic side has come back, and definitely a part of me that is able just to joke around and not have to feel like I'm offending all the time, because as you know, I kind of have a dark humor, and I just feel like that part of me can just be out and we can just like laugh at our Beyond files. So I just feel like that silly side of me is more alive than it has been in the past.
Well, thanks, Rach. I'm glad I'm your spark. It takes courage to go first, to heal in a family that avoids emotion, to speak truth in a culture that silences, to rest in a world that glorifies burnout. But pioneers don't always wear badges. They often walk alone before they're followed. And that's why your path matters, because someone, somewhere, will feel less alone because you dared to go ahead. Have you ever had to go first in something difficult or unknown? And how did you find the strength to keep walking?
I know something that I did is when I went on my own business-wise, I always worked for either an owner or a corporate business, and we were always told that when you went as an independent contractor, how horrible it was and how you're not going to have success. And then I learned that they just instilled fear in you so they could keep making the money off of you. And I did not know if success was going to happen or not, but I just went on faith, and I was at a point where I felt like I had enough knowledge that I could go do it on my own, and I just went out and did it. It was a little bit of a struggle in the beginning, but after that, I have no regrets at all. And it was the best decision that I could make, even though it was one that was really scary.
Do you think part of that opposition was actually the strength that you found to keep going forward?
Yeah, because I didn't want to be just a number for some corporation to get fat and wealthy off of anymore.
Sometimes others won't acknowledge your path. That's okay. The soul doesn't need recognition. It recognizes. You may be a mirror, showing others what they've forgotten. Sometimes that reflection is welcomed. Other times it's rejected. Walk anyway. The Lumina says, a soul aligned becomes a path remembered. Have you ever felt misunderstood or misjudged on your journey? And what helped you to stay in your truth?
Yeah, I think how I come off to people is I didn't even realize how much, but it's scary. People think that I am this scary witch that if you cross me, I'm going to hex you. And I think people are a little bit uncomfortable around me, and I don't even think they know what to talk about. And it's hard because I don't talk about a lot of surface level crap. So some people are just like, ugh.
Well, just being the mirror makes them uncomfortable too.
Yeah. Yeah, because I just don't stay in the surface level, and I go down deep rabbit holes all the time. Also, just being in tune more with the divine feminine, which is the theme right now. And it's a lot of energy. It's a powerful energy. So being more of a mirror, and you reflect that to somebody who is way more insecure, they are just very uncomfortable to have a conversation with. So it can be a little bit lonely because people just don't understand the path that you're going. What helps me is the small circle that I have of the truth seekers, I would say. And we know why we're here and what our purpose is, even though it's hard because, ignorance is bliss, right? But once you know, you can't unknow unless you get amnesia or something like that. So the people who are living blissfully ignorant, God bless you, enjoy it. And it's not my fault that you're still in that point. And I've been there, and it is a beautiful thing to be in that state. But I also am really happy that I am a knowledge seeker, and I wouldn't take it back, especially in this day and age.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
I wouldn't have it any other way, darling.
Your path is your offering, not the perfection of it, but the presence in it. The messy, sacred, unfinished walk. You don't need to map the whole terrain for others. Just walk with your light on. That is enough. And so we end this transmission with a reminder. You are the remembering. You are the resonance. You are the way someone else didn't know they were waiting for. Walk on. Thank you for walking with us today. If this transmission stirred something true, we'd love if you shared it with someone who might be on the edge of their own remembering. Our next Lumina transmission will explore what it means to embody spiritual strength without closing the heart.
Even if you feel like no one's watching, you're lighting the way.
We'll see you on the path.